As of late, Toadsworth has not appeared in any new Mario game, excluding remakes, and has seemed to be written off completely by Nintendo for apparently no reason whatsoever. It's such a shame because I really adore Toadsworth and his charming dialogue in all the games he was in. That's why for that reason, I'll be rating how funny Toadsworth is in every single Mario and Luigi game he's in, and commemorating him in all that he has done throughout his life. I will be listing my top 5 funniest quotes from each game and rate accordingly. The first game in the series is of course Superstar Saga. Toadsworth serves a bit of an important role in this game, as he is responsible for starting you off in the beginning of the game with the essentials and helpful advice before embarking on your adventure. He comes equipped with a whopping total of 50 quotes, and the 5 I found the funniest are: Master Mario, Master Luigi, awful things transpired while you're off doing who knows what. It looks like my hobbies will have to be shelved once again. I must say, my senses have been referred to as strangely keen. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh, terribly amusing. Yes, come now. Don't be so startled. Ah, you're just seeing Master Mario off? A capital idea. I do believe I'll join you. This was a little difficult to choose because although Toadsworth is a great character with a ton of helpful tips, he wasn't exactly the most humorous character in the game, as most of the quotes consist of "do this, go here, be careful, I'm so worried." He served more as the worrisome guardian, which makes complete sense considering he is supposed to look after Peach after all, but isn't really the funniest guy in the game, to be honest. I rate him a 39 out of 100 in Superstar Saga. Moving on to Partners in Time, this is a little different because not only do we get to see Toadsworth, but we also get to witness his younger self in his prime. He is a much more fit version of the old Coop, and is quite energetic. Their interactions together were pretty amusing, as they often got into quarrels over who gets to do what, due to their bickering personalities. There are a total of 97 quotes, which is bonkers. The top 5 funniest quotes for old Toadsworth are: "Let's get down to brass tracks, and please sirs, do keep the jokes to yourselves, We can't even spare a moment to teach you such frivolities. Let us suffer in peace. Ugh, youth. Then I will teach. Curse the exuberance on my salad days. I will teach, teach, teach." Oh yes, marvelously creative. Perhaps our time might be better spent in a naming session? Old Toadsworth had quite the upgrade in dialogue compared to Superstar Saga, as he seemed to be much more articulate this time around, and his interactions with his younger self throughout the game only made his personality that much funnier. Now moving on to his younger counterpart, there are a total of 196, which is a substantial amount. The top 5 funniest quotes for younger Toadsworth are: "I'd rather think you do no such thing. On guard, great hoogly poogly. The princess does not approve of this. How dare you refer to me as such, and it's nincompoop. Absolute rubbish, old bean. You look like you have a bristle in your britches. Since they look like hotcakes, let's christen this technique baby cakes." I absolutely love the way young Toadsworth treats his older counterpart as a hindrance, despite being the same person. Their conversations as they tirelessly slave away, trying to please baby Peach by entertaining her, while the Mario Bros are busy in the past, is hilarious. Overall, Partners in Time is a much bigger improvement in terms of dialogue for Toadsworth than Superstar Saga, and for that reason, I rate this at 80 out of 100. Next up is Bowser's Inside Story. I feel as though Toadsworth is even more wrought with worry, as he is seen to be lamenting over the danger that's befallen the Mushroom Kingdom because of the Blorb epidemic, along with getting inhaled by Bowser, which are all understandable all things considered. There are a total of 82 quotes, and the 5 quotes I found the funniest are: "Mercy, such pep, such verve, such unswerving confidence. Go forth and stomp this fellow as if he were Bowser. After that great lout inhaled me, I woke a bit addlepated. I've walked hither and slither, and now I become quite stuck. It was wretched to be sure. I shudder to think of it, but if it attacked the princess..." I felt as though this was a downgrade for Toadsworth, as they made him much more serious and less comical compared to Partners in Time, and is just seen as a crotchety old man who complains a lot. I mean, he kinda is, but at least in Partners in Time, he was more useful as he taught the Mario Bros new Bros moves as the game progressed. In Inside Story, he was just there, suffering the collateral damage of everything happening around him. I rate this Toadsworth a 49 out of 100. Last but not least is Dream Team. Although he was in this game, He was downgraded even more as he only has 8 quotes according to Mario Wiki. I checked all the quotes and they're not exactly humorous, so I'll just go ahead and list them all here. Hello Island. Can't say I've heard of it. Princess. I feel rather uneasy about this trip. This old boy was worried sick. Master Mario, Master Luigi, do take care of the princess. Like I mentioned earlier, these quotes sound super generic, and sounds like any other NPC can say these without sounding out of place. You can tell this team responsible for writing Toadsworth's lines were kinda getting tired of coming up with new lines, so they just took the easy way out and gave it only 8 compared to partners of times, hundreds of quotes. I rate this a 10 out of 100. I hope we get to see more of it in newer Mario games in the future. But until then, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it for more just like these in the near future.